Welcome to the chapter 8 of this class, selling and defining the product problem. So in this part, we are going to learn more about to define the product problem. Of course, the problem is taken from the customer feedback when they experience about the consumption of the product we offer them. Okay. So this chapter will talk more about the new product problem. And because there is a problem founded it regarding to the new product, so those problems that is taken from the customer feedback and finally will be kind of input for us to create a new product. Okay, so don't feel don't feel worried when we found some problems regarding to our product, because that one will give us creativity about to create the new product. So in this chapter, we are going to learn about strategy for new product development. So why do I put like here, I put selling and defining the product problem? Because in this chapter, we are going to see the feedback of a customer from previous selling, and that problem will be we will be something that we have to overcome into this moment, and that problem will lead us to create a new product that meets the customer requests, or that meets the customer demand. So let's start from the first one about a strategy for new product development. So you can think about, for example, if you already, because you already run a small business, and then you got some responses from your customer, and now you have to think about how would you answer the requests or the comments from your customer. So put on your mind one situation when your customer criticize or give suggestion into your product. So think about one idea that you have accepted from your customer through previous selling regarding to your product. Okay. Okay. So you have think about that idea, and now let's see which strategy you want to apply in order to realize your customer request. So the first strategy is determining the company's growth expectations from the new products. Okay, so you can see your note whether your customer request will help your small business to reach your expectation. For example, your growth. For example, you want to have like the best packaging in that product for the next time, or maybe the comment is like your customer asks you to have a bigger size of your packaging, so you can identify which one will help you to accomplish your company's your small business goals. Okay, so we have to determine the company's growth expectations from the new products. Okay, so if our customer asks us to create a new product that has a bigger size of packaging, so we have to determine whether this innovation or whether this suggestion will help our small business to meet their growth. Okay, so now you can give the mark that if it helps your small business growth, and then you can check it, but if not, you can just give the cross. Okay. So why that the suggestion or the request have to help your company to meet their growth expectation? Okay, so here they say the role of new products can be a similarly worded target, indicating what new products are expected to contribute to the overall business goals. So again, the same statement, to create a new product has to be something that you have to decide whether that new product will help you to achieve your business goals. Okay, so we have to consider and we have to think further that whether there is a feedbacks or there is a request, and we give a consideration to that feedbacks and to that suggestion whether it will help our product to achieve our business goals. Okay, next. Also, because it is important in deciding what resources to direct to new product development. Now, looking back at your note, do you have the resources to make that request happen? For example, if your customer want your product to stay fresh, and now you think about, do you have resources to realize it, to keep your product stay fresh until it reach your end customer? So we cannot build a new product if we don't provide the resources. And also we have to identify ourselves whether we can provide them, and for example, we have a sufficient fund to get that resources. Okay. So the next reason that we have to consider whether the new product will help our business to meet their growth expectation. Also, we have to review if there is a company's technical and financial capabilities. So this is the same with the point B related to the resources. Okay, so the resources may be about your material resources and company's technical, for example, your machine, your the technology you use, and also the financial capabilities. Do you have sufficient fund to produce that new product? Okay, you have to consider. Next, what product concepts are within company's ability to develop and are attractive to its customer? So you have to recognize the concept of your new product. For example, whether your product is something will help you to protect the environment. That is the concept. Or your concept is to help your customer to experience the comfortable packaging. Okay. So what is the concept of that product? And is your company have a, do your company have an ability to realize that concept? And also you have to make sure whether that concept is attractive to your customer. And then the next point is what are the risks and how this risk can be spread by diversifying product portfolio. Okay, so what is the risk if you only produce the product that not that is not harmful to the environment? What is the risk? Maybe the risk is you have to increase the price of your product. It means some of existing customer will not able to afford it, for example, like that. That is the risk. And that is the impact of that risk, right? And also they say how this risk can be spread by diversifying. So for example, in order to be able to reach all kinds of your customer, for example, the existing one and the new customer who are willing to pay your higher price, and you still don't want to lose your existing customer that who don't want to pay the higher price. So maybe you will have another products that will acceptable for those who are willing to pay for a higher price, and for those who are not willing to pay for a higher price. So it lets you to have the diversified products in your business, right? And then the next point is, because you have to know that how well the company's short-term and long-term goals are being met. So you look back to your note and think about how this comments, how this suggestion will help will help your customer. It will help your company to achieve the short term and long term all together. So for example, the request is to have a product that is not harmful to environment. Okay, so how this will achieve your short-term goal? Okay, in short term, maybe you want the exact number of your profit. And do you think by selling this product that is not harmful to the environment will help you to get the number of your profit in the short term. And then you have the long-term goals. For example, you want to expand your business to another area, let's say to another province or to another country. So you have to make sure that your short term now, like to achieve the exact number of the profit, and also to your plan to expand your company will be achieved by a product that is not harmful to the environment. Okay, so that is why when we think that we want to create a new product demanded by customer, we have to think these 7 points to make sure that the new product is something that will help our company to meet our company's growth expectation. Okay, so that is the point here. Now, the strategy number 2. So in this section, you are asked to gather information of interest, okay, regarding capabilities, market, and the customer. Okay, so now you start to make a note about the capability of yourself, include your company, and also the information about market and your customer. So you have to start to write it down, and next we will check. We will match with the point A, B, C, and D. Okay, so I will give you 1 minute to think about it. You can write down any kind of information, not limited to just like capabilities, whether it is your expertise or something like that. Anything you think about capabilities, about market, and about your customers, the information about it. Okay, so let's see each point about the new market research. So in order, sorry. So in order to get information about market, of course, you have to do a new market research. Okay, so now think about which part of from your business that need a new market research. You can write it down. Okay, you have written it, and now let's see to the part B. So you also have to identify the information on emerging competition. For example, if your business is about to produce food and beverage, now you gather the information about something happen, I mean like something that is more preferred by the customer from another competition, which is that competition is something that will produce food and beverage. So you write it down. What is the information about emerging competition? Okay, and then development of new markets. So now think about whether you need to develop a new market for your product. And please emphasize next to the question whether you need to develop your new market, please emphasize what kind of new market you think will be suitable for your product. Okay, the next point is updating internal documents on customer needs. Okay, so now you can write down in your notes what is the important things that you experience from your last week selling. So you can write it down. What is the important things, whether it is the feedback of your customer or whether it is the problem you found in the production process, or whether it is the problem regarding to the when you want to provide your raw materials, and whether you got some compliment from your customer, just like your product is awesome, your product is the taste is good and the appearance is good, something like that. You try to write it down. And then try to add your customer demand. Okay, so not only their comments, we have done it in the previous slide. So just write down their demand. If they don't speak the demand to you, you can just leave it blank. Okay. So all of the information you write down on your note according to this new market research and your competitor information and your plan to develop a new market, and also your updating internal documents and from the previous from the selling on previous week. Those are important information for you, and you have to keep that. So in this time, you already updating internal documents on your customer needs. Okay. Oh no, I mean like you have updating internal documents regarding to your product, your new product. Okay. Let's see to, and the next strategy is the third strategy. Now you have to determine what opportunities exist. Okay. So think about opportunity that is existed about your new product. You can write it down. You have to think about that. I wish that no one cannot find an opportunity. Okay. Okay. So in order to recognize the opportunity, we can do by applying these two methods. I mean, you can apply only the first method, or only the second method, or you can apply both of them all together. Yeah. So let's see for the first method. The first one, to identify the opportunity, is about to make the matrix scoring model. Okay, so this one, I will tell you, start from the first one. The situation preferred to apply matrix scoring model. What is the situation? In the we because our company, our small business will face so many situations, right? So the situation preferred to apply matrix scoring, such as the situation is, for example, like this. We have done our research and development about our product. And finally, from some numbers of people, they offer and they reveal some ideas about to create a new product. And that product looks like so good. Okay, all the presented ideas translated into the product sounds so good. Okay, and then but your company only have to produce one incredible idea, right? So in order to consider which idea is being transformed is transformed to output that is a new product, we cannot just do it by doing like we vote it, but we have to find out to clearly identify them with a method. So example, comparing different sites for locating a facility using a number of selection criteria. So this is an example that you want to choose a place to locate your facility into particular place. And there are some options for you to there are some sites option for you regarding to locate your facility. So now there are so many make sense reasons from your team to choose A, B, C, D sites. Okay, but you only have to choose one. That is example. And finally, how to choose the best one for us. So in choosing a potential product concept for development from among several possibilities, let's say for the many sites options or many new product ideas, okay? The concept can be compared using a variety of criteria with weights assigned to each criteria. So we will play the number here. Okay, so this is the technique. The scores for each criteria of each concept are added and the totals compared to make the final selections. So in this part, we are going to have the criteria and we are going to have the score and we are going to have the weight. Okay, so let's see in the table here. Okay, so now we have now the company want to consider which product are going to be produced, whether it is product A, product B, or product C. And the criteria they have is they want to see the concept of financial, concept of customer needs, and production is and core competency. So the criteria is not limited only for these 4 criteria. You can add another criteria, depend on your needs, depend on your situation, because we talk about the situation. This comes from the situation. So you have to understand the situation of your product and the situation of your company. So here we see weight. Okay. So the weight is 2, 3, and the weight, the number of weight can be from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. And the small weight will choose that the criteria is not as important, the one that has a big weight. Okay, so now we see this number for each product A, B, and C. We see here the number in front is like 3 here, 8, 4, 3, 2, 5, 3, 4, and 2, 7, 5, and 8. We call them as score. Okay, so this score are ranging from 1 to 10. Okay, 1 means poor and 10 means excellence. So let's see for product A. The one who has the highest score is the customer needs. So it means this product A will be something that is have a high demand to be fulfilled in the customer because it's so high. It's 8/10. Okay, and the smallest score is for core competency and financial competency. Okay, so it means this product A, the financial situation we presented is poor and the core competency is also poor. Okay, so and then in order to get the total score here, 9, we have to make like weight times score. Okay, for product A to criteria financial, the score is 3 and the weight is 3. So the score for product A regarding to criteria, the financial criteria is 9. Okay, so product concept scores, we finally total them among all of these criteria. So from these criteria, we get the total score for product A is 55, for product B is 40, and for product C is 60. So this total score will help you which one to be produced. So the one that has the highest one, it means that that product will be something that will help you to that has a high product concept. So you of course will prioritize for product C, then product B, and product A, and then product B. Okay, so that is matrix scoring technique. Now let's go to the model 2. This is the map of opportunities. So in this part, we are encouraged to map all kinds of possible opportunities. Okay. So how to do that? That is presented in this figure. So this figure is taken from the case that about they want to create a product that is a good fit to environment, or they have a issue about the environment. So you see the in this x-axis, they say in 2006 they have this kind of opportunity. There is a California legislation, there is UN panel report, use of sugarcane for ethanol, premature Arctic melt, and Walmart reduce producing waste. So this one is something will encourage you to more to produce more products that is not harming the environment. Okay, so you see here in 2010, maybe this one is on 2009, and this one is 2000. Let's say this one is maybe 2016, and this one we see in 2100. There is possibility that sea level rising 2 to 23 inches. And in 2030, there is Himalayan glaciers shrink by 400,000 kilometers. So in order to ensure this kind of opportunities, it means that we have to build a company that is not harmful to the environment. Okay. So from that, we can understand that we have to build a new product that is good for environment. So the next strategy is developing a list of what new product options exist. Okay, developing a list of what new product options exist. So now think about your product, and you start to think about the list of new product options. For example, if you have like milk tea, and now you write down about another product that can be another option to your milk tea, but that is already existed. Okay. So why you have to do that? Because you have to realize that doing this have to be consistent and compatible with core competencies and the strategic information gathered. So you are going to see that you have to be consistent to produce your milk tea. Okay, even though there are so many new product options. Okay, the next one is that the list should be as complete as possible. So you have to identify all of them. Okay, so you can know, so you can understand your new product position. Okay, and then the possible options should be listed in an easy to compare format. So this is about how you display your finding about the list, and you have to make a precise format so you or your team or your reader will understand your information. And then it is that important information have to include financial information on the financial. Okay, and such as investment, cost of production, and so on. Next, because you have to identify the risk, okay, and also to identify the available technologies and production capabilities, your resources, your expert. Next strategy is setting criteria for inclusion. If new products in the company's portfolio of if there's a new product, okay, in your company's portfolio of products. So you have to have a documentation about the portfolio of product. Okay, so in that document, you have to set the minimum return of investment. And then you also will put additional criteria on your portfolio, such as what is your short-term goals and what is your long-term goals. Next strategy is to create the product portfolio. Okay, I have mentioned this in the previous point, that portfolio have to document your product journey, started from your existing product, your modified product, and also your new product. Okay, so especially for the new product portfolio, you have to provide the information about whether this new product fulfill the new target or not. And also you have to put address customer and market needs. Okay, who are your customers, particularly their information. Okay, and then you have to clearly identify the promote the company's mission. You cannot skip the promote company's mission, and you have to write it down whether the new product meet its business objectives. Okay, and then the next strategy is managing the product portfolio to maximize profitability. So you have to manage your product portfolio because it helps to maximize your profit. So how to manage that? Make sure you do assembling the right product development teams. Okay, you have a good teams to do that, and you provide the information that about the availability of the resources, and also ensuring that research and development efforts are focused in developing technological. So that portfolio will give you an information whether the the technology you adopt is focused to create a new product. And then because of that, you have to make sure that developing appropriate marketing and sales strategies. Okay, so the marketing strategy and sales strategy you have in you run on your company is appropriate. Okay. Okay, so that is about this topic, that in order to defining the product problem, you have to get the feedback from your customer, and the feedback will be something important that you use as an input to produce a new output. We call it as a new product. And also, if you want to create the new product, you are not only gather the information from your customer feedback, but you have to consider which one is the best to be produced. So you can do it by by calculating the metric score, and also you can still find how to create a new product by mapping more opportunities happen around you. Okay, and then don't forget that you have to make the product portfolio to inform about your existing product, your modified product, and your new product. So that is for today's chapter. Thank you for your attention.